What's up? What's up, everybody? Once it gets into the PM, the afternoon hours, the sun shines directly into that window right there. So I'm definitely gonna get a blackout curtain, at least for that window. But for now, please just ignore that. Because there's a really cool plugin I wanna show you guys. I think I saw an ad for this thing on Instagram. It's called Conditions, and it's a Synth VST plugin where the parameters are controlled by the weather. Yes, you heard that correctly. They're actually controlled by the weather. I definitely need some MIDI cables that are longer than 3 feet. Because my MIDI controller only goes about this far. But anywho, this is the plugin. As you can see, it features all of the typical weather information that you might find in a weather forecast, and a couple extra things. There are also some built-in effects, which is awesome, some reverb, chorus, and delay, and then you can also manually adjust the attack, decay, sustain, and release. And this right here is just how the default preset sounds. But if we go up here to presets, what the heck? It doesn't have any presets. So how on earth are we supposed to load up different sounds into this here synth plugin? Well, the way you do it is you go to type a city, and you can just type any city. So let's do where I'm at currently. And it brings up the weather forecast for Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. The time is wrong though, I am noticing. I don't think any of this is accurate. Hold on. Wait, oh, okay, hold on. I see the problem. Somehow I clicked on Oklahoma, Pennsylvania. Not sure how that occurred. Oklahoma City. Why does it keep doing that? There we go. Okay, that's more like it. The time of day here is still off from the time of day here, but it's more accurate now. It is indeed 100 degrees here today, and all the rest of this stuff looks accurate. Let's see what the humidity actually says. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Humidity says 34%, and on here it says 30%, so that's pretty good. So what exactly does the Oklahoma City weather sound like in synth form? Well, apparently it sounds like this. We're gonna go ahead and try out a couple other cities here. That one's very cool. I like that one a lot. All right, so now that you've heard a few sounds, you can tell that it's very ambient and ethereal and kind of nostalgic feeling. It's interesting because it's just so random, you don't really know what you're gonna get. So let's try to figure out what like some of this stuff does. I'm gonna reload the plugin and then I'm gonna put everything down to 0. So this is what everything on basically 0 sounds like. Let's bring up the air temperature all the way. So that sounds like it opened up a filter a little bit and then added quite a bit of distortion. We're gonna leave the temperature at about 50 and then we're gonna turn up the precipitation. Honestly, not really sure on that one. We'll try with humidity. Same thing with the humidity, I'm not really sure what that does. I hear almost no difference there, so I'm not sure. This is the pressure. Again, no idea really what that's doing. Wind speed will go all the way up. That for sure changes something. It sounds like it adds a little bit of like a doubling or a chorus sort of thing. Kinda all sounds the same to me, to be honest. Hopefully the visibility does something more extreme. It seems like the visibility doesn't do anything until you get from like 9 to 10. So like this is the same. That's more or less the same. More or less the same. More or less the same. And then 9.5. Very noticeably different. I am kind of just not understanding how the controls work. The constellations hopefully will be interesting. Also, kind of just all sound the same. Let's try the moon phases. So that definitely widens it up a little bit, but it sounds like it's just kind of a filter like a lot of the other parameters are. I don't know what any of that stuff does. Also, another thing is when you type a city, it gives you a little thing here that shows you what the weather sort of is, and I don't really know how to change that. Like, I don't know if you can click somewhere or, you know, whatever, but I feel like that specific thing, whether it's rainy or cloudy or sunny or whatever, probably has a pretty big impact on the sound. But what I'm gathering from what I'm hearing at least is it sounds like all of these things do a very small thing and make a small difference, and then those small differences combined with the differences of the other parameters make a totally wildly different sound. Well, maybe not wildly different, but a different sound nonetheless. I would really love to have a more in-depth explanation of what everything actually does. Even on their website, it doesn't really give you much information about how the parameters actually work. I don't really think it's a plugin designed for like synth people and like sound designers. Not saying I'm a sound designer or anything, but I think it's more for people who want to just get like random sounds and not have to think a whole lot about it. But yeah, at this point, I think honestly, we just kind of have to make a song with this thing. Okay, so let's get some synthy stuff going on. I think I want to go for like a mostly synth track, but get some guitars and stuff in there too. We're definitely starting off with the Fairbanks, Alaska one. That's easily the coolest. Okay, that's cool. I like that. We're gonna play that. That was so bad. But we have it in MIDI, so we don't have to worry about that. Alright, so we got a nice little MIDI sequence going on. What I think I want to do now is transpose it a little bit. Okay, that's cool. Let's do another preset. Where should we go? It's kind of similar. Might as well just go Oklahoma City. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. We can kind of make a bass out of it. I wasn't expecting to do a synth bass, but here we have this. Let's try to get another synth sound going on. All right, what city do we do this time? Okay, that one's kind of cool. Whew, okay, it's getting very hot in here. Okay, hold up. I just had an idea for drums. Let's go ahead and get the mixer powered on. Make sure all the channels are on. Make sure I have all the right inputs in FL Studio. And now we record. Okay, let's see if that sounds cool. Okay, let's actually do that with a metronome now. Might be a good idea, I don't know. Okay, it's sounding very cool so far. Instead of doing a part with ride and hi-hat like I usually do, I basically just recorded kick, snare, and then a couple little tom things. And then to change up the pace, I think I'm gonna do like some shaker or tambourine stuff. So let's do that right now. We're also gonna do a couple tambourine hits as well. Also, great news, I ordered more XLR cables because I've been using all of the ones that I own. And this is just kind of gonna be like an all-purpose mic that I have set up at all times. It's gonna be nice for acoustic guitar, or just miking up a guitar amp, or doing whatever I need to. I used to do this, but I would just do it with channel 1 on my audio interface. But now I have a mixer, so I can just do it with the mixer. This cable is so... This was a really long cable, actually. Holy shit. Yeah, I think the batteries are dying in this thing. I think I want to try to record some guitar. I will admit that the studio is still very much a mess. And I'm still really trying to figure out the best way to record and film and do everything I normally do. So bear with me, is what I'm trying to say. We're gonna rock out with the Hondo lead today, though. Oh, that's cool. Okay, camera died. Please don't do that again. You did it again. Why would you do that? I told you not to do it again. Cool, solo. Okay, I think we're good for electric guitar. Right now I kind of want to do some nylon stringy stuff. So let's get crazy and do that. another idea that I just had, I want to actually layer that synth bass thing that we did with some bass, some real bass. And we also are just doing this straight into the mixer as well. Okay. That's really all I need. Okay, but at this point, I pretty much have everything I need. I added a couple extra sounds in there, just like a pad and like a synth stab kind of sound. So my final thoughts on the Conditions plugin. The reason that I bought it in the first place, the reason I spent my hard-earned $10 on this thing, is because I just love the idea and I love the concept. It's such a cool thing. But I came for the concept and I stayed for the sounds because it's a really, really good sounding synth plugin. It's very nostalgic, 80s, Juno synth type of sound. And it's really nice if you need some quick inspiration, just get some random sounds thrown out there. But that's also kind of the main downside of it, in my opinion, is that it's not really super customizable since I don't really know what exactly each of the parameters do. And maybe there's a spreadsheet out there that explains all that, but I couldn't find anything that told me what each parameter does. So it's definitely not the most efficient for like getting exactly the sound you need when you need it. If you need a synth plugin that's going to get some quick inspiration going, this is definitely a good option. But if you're more used to plugins like Serum, where you have like infinite customizability and you know exactly what's happening, this may not be the plugin for you. So yeah, that does it for me. I appreciate you all watching, and I will see you in the next video.